Yeah? One second. Oh, hi! We'll get back to this in a moment. Hi there. My name's John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage or anywhere we can find them. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way, and thank you for the love that you're sharing with your congregations, your kids, and your families. You are rocking it. Thank you so much. There's so much to do in this $1 store children's sermon, so we're going to get right to it, but I always love that. I'm going to get right to it. But first, one thing I want to say, the extravaganza in 2024 in January. I'm hoping that you're able to come to that. I am so excited. I'm doing a workshop on children's sermons. I'm calling it jumping into the deep end of children's sermons. We're going to workshop 2 texts, and I'm making sure it's texts that align with both the Revised Common Lectionary and the Narrative Lectionary. So when we're workshopping one text, and we're going to actually do 2 texts, so you leave the workshop with 2 usable ideas and kind of get a sense of my process, which sometimes is, well, you've been here long enough, you know, it's sometimes, but we're going to have a great time. You're going to walk away with some usable ideas, but more importantly, you're going to walk away with ideas about how you can mine the text for usable ideas for kids and adults. So anyway, that's in January, the Extravaganza 2024 in New Orleans. So I'm excited about that. All right, so this video is for the Revised Common Lectionary and the Narrative Lectionary. We're going to first look at the 4th Sunday of Advent, and then we're moving into Christmas Eve. It's all one Sunday, but 2 Sundays in the church year. 4th Sunday of Advent in the morning, Christmas Eve in the evening. So there we are. So we're looking at first the 4th Sunday of Advent, and I am, so I'll read a text, and sometimes I listen for words that rise up to the surface, Lectio Divina style, and we're going to be looking at that at the workshop. But for me, what just rose up, just kind of grabbed on, was in the newer RSV, the New Revised Standard Version, we hear this, and Mary was much perplexed. And I was like, what? Much perplexed. And so we're going to talk about that with the kids, being perplexed. I'm going to have a dictionary. We're going to look up the word, get a perplexed. We're going to work on our own, our most perplexed expressions, and having the kid, what? Really? And talk about perplexed, but ultimately going into that with the confused, with the wondering, with the, I don't know about that. And the springboard is that if Mary, the mother of God, if Mary, who plays such a central central person in this narrative, if Mary is much perplexed, then when we have questions and we wonder and we go, can you say that again? God knows that. And there's hope and there's wonder and there's joy as we prepare and are prepared for Christmas Eve and the birth of the Christ child. But playing with that idea of much perplexed. Now that's a big word, perplexed. And I think we can, you know that you've got your kids. If you have only 2-year-olds, you're going to want to go into a different direction, which I'm going to, on this next children's sermon, for the next springboard, we're diving into that. But still, that much perplexed. And kids, when you break it down, I mean, think about Dora, the explorer. And when Dora expands and dives deep into different words, and when they're looking at it, I mean, the idea of following a map. And that is a concept that you can work with in that. So I have hope in many ways, but that sense of looking at that perplexed, perplexed. Have you ever felt perplexed? What does perplexed look like? And then you, as pastor, youth leader, as teacher can express and show what perplexed looks like. We all have things that perplex us. The fact that God can love me when I mess up, that's perplexing. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to use it. So anyway, that's the springboard. The item, a dictionary, and looking up. I'm going to look up because I don't know exactly what that word is. And even the idea of reading something in the Bible and not knowing what it means, to go, maybe I should ask someone. So another springboard in that, you go, and Mary was much perplexed. Does anybody know what perplexed means? And then you actually can ask someone in the congregation, hey, Susan, what does perplexed mean? Can you help me out? And go with that. And of course, that person you're asking knows you're going to be asking them. So anyway, that's for the fourth Sunday of Advent. And we're moving right into Christmas Eve, and we're looking at the birth of the Christ child. We're looking out of Luke, the birth story, as all of that unfolds as it, I guess it transforms us. Yeah. So, but the unfolding of the story as that moves on. So for Christmas Eve, the springboard that I'm using, back to this at the very beginning. Yes. What? Oh. Now, I'm not using this because it's silly. I'm using this because there's a memory attached to it. I'm using this because it was given to me by Mario the Maker Magician, who, if you ever have a chance to see his family magic show, it is absolutely amazing. I have not laughed so hard. I have not been inspired so much. I have not been moved so greatly by any piece of art beyond, my words are perplexed. His show is amazing, and you go away with that mission statement of use what you have, do what you love, and the empowering. So anyway, at the end, I dropped my red nose. At the end, hi, I'm back. At the end of the show, he has sponge balls appear, the nose, the clown noses, has them appear. But at the end of the show, he throws out. He's got all of these, and of course they're wrapped in the packages, and throws them out, and everyone catches one, and it is the memory that's attached to this. This is one, even though it's this tiny little thing, this is one of the best gifts that I've gotten in the sense of memory. Now, there's other gifts that I have a book on my bookshelf that was given to me in 1978, and it was written in, it was a Christmas gift from my parents in 1978, and it's the Cub Scout Book of Magic. And I bring that to shows. I bring that to places where I go, this has memory to it. And talk about to the kids about what are some of the gifts that what is your favorite thing that you've been given? What is a gift that you go, oh, I love this. Do you have a favorite stuffed animal? And was that a present that was given to you? Do you have a favorite game that you play? And maybe someone taught you that game, and that in its own right is a gift. Talking about that, and ultimately leading this back to tonight, Christmas Eve, or if it's Christmas morning, but we are celebrating the greatest gift that was given to us, and that is God moving into the neighborhood. That is that we got a new neighbor, and that's in Jesus Christ. That Jesus comes and walks alongside with us, and all of the gifts that we've been given, the things that we're good at, the things that we like to do, they are gifts that God has given to us and that we can use them. Mario the Maker Magician, the gift that he's been given to be able to bring in that a message of hope and empowering kids and families, you have to know that that's Mario using the gift that God has given him and his entire family. They are all, anyway, go look him up. This children's sermon isn't about Mario, but for me, it gives me an example of how we use what God has given to us for helping others and empowering others. And in Christmas Eve, we talk about this is the night that we celebrate the greatest gift that we can be given, and that is in the manger. We find grace, we find God's love, we find the baby Jesus, and that is an amazing gift for all of us. So anyway, lots of springboards, lots of going back and forth and all that. As a recap, fourth Sunday of Advent, much perplexed. Hey, what does perplexed mean? Can you help me out? Or, I'm perplexed. To talk about that if Mary is much perplexed, that gives hope for us, and that we can bring our questions and our wondering to God and to one another. So that's that springboard. The second around the Christmas Eve is the greatest gift. What's a wonderful gift that you've been given? What's something that you cherish? A favorite stuffed animal? Weird stuff, weird clown nose, things that. And what does that tell us? And tonight we celebrate the birth of God, birth of Jesus in our midst. God moves into the neighborhood, as Eugene Peterson says. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your partnership in this ministry. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me in this way. And you, my friends, are rocking it. Have a fantastic Christmas Eve, fourth Sunday of Advent, Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, and God bless you all. Peace.